something like that?
Yes.
I think I know. It's basically like think of each computer having their own firewall, their own protection, right? And then you're like trying to hack into that wall, so to say. Like you're trying to get through their defenses, right? So then that's why it's kind of like with an axe, you're hacking into the wall. So, yeah.
Any other questions? Or
yeah, and I'll hand out prizes at the end. I'm too lazy right now. But yeah, okay. Yeah, you want to go on?
Yep.
Yeah, these are so much fun, guys. It's just, even if you don't code, you get to chill with your friends, eat free food, play video games. It's awesome.
Alright, so the last thing you can do is coding competitions. This is what got me started into programming. I did this throughout high school. I'm still doing a little bit now, but right now I'm moved more towards like developing apps and stuff like that. So these are like just programming puzzles, right? So they're like short puzzles that you can solve, and you'll use your problem solving and critical thinking skills. So they're like, you can use any language you want, right? So if you learn C++ and you feel like it's not for you, you can pick up another language and use that to do programming competitions. They allow you to do any programming language. Yeah. So there's two major competitions that you can look out for. So one of them, the most important one, is probably USA Computing Olympiad. This is probably the most important, most prestigious programming competition for high school students in the US. So the competitions are once every month over the school year, and I think there's usually like 4 or 5 of them. So they start somewhere in like November or October, and then once every month they'll go on, right? And you'll have like a weekend to do it, right? So you have like one weekend. You can start the competition on. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just do this in your own house. You start the competitions at some time during the weekend, and you'll get like a chunk of 4 hours to do, 3 hours to do them, right? And there's 3 divisions for USA Computing Olympiad. Everyone starts out competing in the bronze division. That's the easiest one. And then if you do well in it, then you get promoted to the silver division, and you can get promoted to the gold division as well. If you do well in the gold division, that's obviously really difficult. Then you might get selected for the USA Computing Olympiad team that will go and represent America to go compete in the international Olympiad in informatics. So the international programming competition. Yeah, if you do well in this. Okay, any questions on this? Yeah?
Did you ever finish gold?
I got into silver, almost made gold, but I didn't quite make it. Yeah. Yeah. That was your question.
Well, we did have a friend who...
Yeah, we did have 2 friends actually that made gold. 2 of our friends from Amador made gold. And one of them went on to, got recruited into the camp. And the camp for USACO is where they choose the members of the international Olympiad team. Yeah, so we had some really strong...
Guess where they go to school now?
MIT.
Yep.
Yep. Alright.
Anyone else? Questions? Yes?
French and Ruby, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
French is one of them.
Yep. Is that it?
Okay. And there's one more that you can do. This is less serious than, you can just do this for practice and for fun. It's called Code Forces, and there's competitions every week. Now, you don't have to participate in all of them. You can participate whenever you want, right? And you'll probably start with Division. Division 2 is the easier division, so you'll start with that. And you get 2 hours for 5 problems. The problems are usually a bit simpler than the one for USA Computing Olympiad. And if you're a beginner, then you should probably just try to complete the first 2, right? The other ones will probably be too hard for you. And you earn points for solving problems, and you will increase. You have like a ELO ranking system. You start at 1500, and if you do well in the competition, you can increase your rank or decrease your rank depending on how well you do. So yeah, it's pretty fun. You can do this to practice, to solve problems and stuff like that. Yeah. Yes.
Are most coding competitions like where you are? Like you don't have
Oh
to
yeah,
go
you don't have to go anywhere. It's just at your home. You have a computer, you have internet, then you just do coding competitions in your house. Yeah. These are like individual only, so you don't work with people, right? Other things you can. It's probably ideal if you work with other people to create like apps, games, and all that stuff. But for these, competitions are all individual only. Any other questions? No? Okay. I'll show a sample problem so you can see what something. So this might be hard because you haven't learned much yet, but there's a lot of things you can solve after you go through this class. So.
I don't think it's a link.
I don't think it's a link either. Yeah, let's see if it can. Okay. Oh, if you everyone should probably take out their laptops now if you want to try this out. Yeah. Do you want to review the things first before I or should I just go?
It's gonna take a while.
Oh yeah, I'll just go.
I hope you guys remember your string functions, because
I'll
be
just
using
do
them.
a really quick like.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now,
Alright, so some things you should know before trying to solve this is one thing is if you have a string, right? Alright, so you have a string like that, you can index into it to get a character in it, right? So if you want to get the, for example, this n right here, how do you get that character? Does anyone know? Have you guys learned indexes before? Like using the bracket? Yeah. So, which character is that? Which index is it in? 2. It's the second index, right? It's the third letter, so it's the second index. Sorry if you guys can see, it's banana. I'm looking at the first N. So if you're trying to look at that index, then you would do str bracket 2, like that, right? That would give you this character, right? So that's how you access individual elements. Now there's also a way to you can get the size of a string, right? How do you get the size of a string? String.size, right? So you can do str.size. Don't forget the parentheses, and then this will return to you. This will tell you how the length of the string, right? So those are things you should keep in mind when you're doing this problem. So you should probably create a new file, and then see if you can solve this problem. Okay. So I'll just go over it really quickly. Actually, yeah, don't read that. That's kind of complicated. So I'll just go over it. So some words are very long, right? For example, localization or internationalization. If you write them many times, then they'll be very tedious to write, right? So we'll say a word is too long if it is more than 11 characters, right? So if it's strictly greater than 11 characters, don't look at the 10, we'll do 11 for now, right? If it's greater than 11 characters, then it should be replaced with a special abbreviation. So to abbreviate words like that are too long, then you want to change it so that you only keep the first letter and the last letter, and in between you put how many letters did you cut off. For example, localization is 12 letters long. So it's greater than 11 letters, so you can abbreviate it as L, which is the first letter, then 10, because there's 10 letters in between, and N, which is the last letter. Right? And internationalization has 20 letters, so you do I, 18, N, because there's 18 letters in between. Okay? Now, does everyone understand that part? Or are there any questions? Okay, then, so your task is to take in a string. How do you get an input? Cn, right? So you can use Cn to input a string, and then just one string. That's all you need. Just one string. Don't worry about all this stuff. And then what you should do is either print out using cout the original string if the word is not too long. If it's 11 letters or shorter. And if it is too long, then you want to print out the shortened version, the abbreviated version of the string. Alright, so that's like a program that's like a competition program that you might see. So there's a lot of different types of these, a lot of different types of questions. This is just one type. Any questions on what the program is asking? What the question is asking? You'll need to use like all that stuff that I set up there. You'll have to use like if statements and all that stuff too. Yeah. Does anyone understand the question, or should I repeat it? Okay. I wouldn't worry about like all this stuff. This is a bit different than what I'm saying. Just you only need to input one string, Cn, one string, and then you should change it either to its abbreviation if it's too long, or just print out the string again if it's not too long. Probably. You're supposed to shorten it to the abbreviation.
So you take the first.
You take the first letter, then you put a number based on you take a number based on like how long the string is, how many letters did you take out, then the last letter. So if you have 12 letters, then you take the first letter.